All right, everybody, so for the flow for today is definitely going to get very heavily into the hips. We're going to take this toward Badakanasana 2, or I will call this the heartless balance because it's easier to say. But coming into this, it requires a good amount of opening through the inner thighs, get into the hamstrings quite a bit as well if you go to the full variation of the pose. And we're going to be basically working those two areas quite a bit today, so just kind of be ready for that. That is a demonstration I have before we begin. So once we get to the main part of the flow, every sequence will find you, bring you to the front of the mat, and you come into this almost all fours position. Now, there's a bunch of ways to play around with this, and if you're able to get into the pose otherwise, feel free to just mess around and see how you want to get into this. But once you come into this pose, you're going to have two hands down, one knee down, one foot forward behind the hand on the same side. And with that forward foot, you want to lift the heel, keep it lifted, keep the knee high outside your upper arm, and then to come into this, you keep in mind, you're going to have to adjust this for yourself a little bit. It very much depends on how long your limbs are in relation to your torso. So get ready to shift around, and this isn't necessarily going to feel all that comfortable. But you're going to bring your shoulders forward, bend the elbows in just like chaturanga, pull the elbows underneath you, and lean away from your front leg. So you want to set your ribs down on the arm opposite that leg. So my left leg's forward, I'm setting my ribs on my right arm, and I'm setting my left leg on my left arm. You got to lift the foot, keep in mind. Bring it up off the floor. You don't want to just keep it down. And then look forward, start to lean. Now, what usually happens is people lift that foot, and they kind of go here, and they sort of do this kind of thing, where you look like a fish that's just been pulled up out of the water, and you're just going to keep flopping around, okay? So you're not going to just magically move into the pose. You got to work some level of extension, almost like you're taking a back bend in your upper back. You're trying to pull the shoulder blades toward each other, pull your chest forward, and look past the front of your mat. So as you come into this, lean forward, look forward. Keep leaning to lift the back foot. It's all leverage at that point. And you can just balance it like this with the front knee bent. If you want to take it further, maybe extend that front leg. You can go to the side. If you got a really open split, you may actually be able to do this as a horizontal split. I'm nowhere close to that, but just work where you can. And then we'll take it through the Vinyasa from here. So you can step it back, maybe flat back into chaturanga, but just take things back however you like and move through the Vinyasa from there. So just work things as best you can. All right, so to get this started, let's start this in Supta Badakanasana. So that's going to be soles of feet together, knees wide. And once you bring the feet together, go ahead and come all the way down onto your back. Now, how you set this up exactly is up to you. If your hips are tighter, I recommend sliding your heels away from you just a bit, make a longer diamond shape with your legs. And if you're really open and your knees are close to the floor, you can probably be comfortable in almost any position with the feet, but just feel this out and see where you want to take it. Now, try to relax around the hips as much as you can to let your knees settle toward the floor. And if you're tighter, I recommend just settling the hands on the inner thighs. You're not really pressing things down, but just trying to work to encourage the knees to sink down a little bit more. But wherever you set your hands, let your shoulders sink down, let your chest open up. And then just close your eyes. So now just give yourself a moment to settle in like this. Let your mind quiet down. And when you're ready, start to deepen your breathing here. So with the inhales, draw on as much air as you can. Try to fill up your lungs and hold on to all that breath at the top for just a moment. And when you exhale, constrict the back of your throat. So slow your breath down on the way back out. And just work you to make your exhales last at least as long as your inhales as you breathe. And just keep breathing like this to begin. Now when you're ready here, take a deep inhale. And when you exhale, just open your eyes. Now with your next inhale, reach your arms out long past your head. And just take this slow. With the exhale, reach your arms forward, hands between your knees. Back and forth. Inhale, reach this out long. Exhale, arms forward again. Inhale, reach this out long. And now with the exhale, reach the arms forward, but then curl this up as well. So lift your head, lift your shoulders, stay lifted here. Belly pulled in, low back on the floor. Keep your gaze forward, stretch longer through your fingertips. If you started with the feet pretty far forward, maybe pull the heels in just a little bit closer. We're going to go back and forth from here, curling up. So with your next inhale, roll this out. And then with the exhale, curl forward. Keep your knees wide. Inhale, roll this out long. Exhale, curl forward again. Inhale, roll this out. Now with the exhale, curl, but reach toward your right knee. Inhale, roll this out. And then with the exhale, curl this left. Inhale, roll this out long. Exhale, curl to your right side. Inhale, roll out long. Exhale, curl left again. Inhale, roll this out. With the exhale, curl right one more time. Inhale, roll out long. Exhale, curl this left again. Now inhale, roll out long. And with the exhale, this time, curl back into center. Lift your head, lift your shoulders. Keep stretching long through the fingertips. Hold here, belly pulled in, low back down. Now take an inhale. And then with the exhale, slowly roll this out. Reach the arms long past your head again. And then just keep the arms past your head. Bring your hands down, press your shoulders down into the floor. Now just keep your gaze up high toward the ceiling. We're going to curl this and just move from the hips. So I want you to keep your feet together as they are. But then pull your belly in, low back to the floor. Go ahead and lift your feet, but keep the knees out wide. And then keep lifting. Knees are still wide. Pull in from your belly. Start to lift your pelvis, curl up. And as you bring this up, you're bringing the knees in as close to your armpits as you can. Try to bring the thighs to touch the sides of your belly. Now, if you can take it further, keep lifting, but keep your shoulders down. Keep the legs touching and touching your upper body. Maybe extend the legs, and if you can, go ahead and point, or actually touch the big toes to your wrists. And this isn't plow. We're just curling up a bit just toward the mid-back. And then just take it slow and bring everything back down. Bring the feet back together if they were separate. Bring your low back down. And then back to Supta Badakanasana. Soles of the feet together, knees wide. Bring the edges of the feet to the floor. Now once you come back down, reach your hands up toward the ceiling above your face. And then interlace your fingers. Face your palms up toward the ceiling. Keep that interlace and keep your elbows bent. And we're going to twist this side to side. So go ahead and bring your arms over to the right, but fold your knees to the left. So the right elbow comes down. Left arm stretching. Press both knees to your left side. And then we'll just switch it out like this. So bring it through center. Bring the arms to the left and fold your knees to the right. So squeeze your knees down and press that left elbow to the floor. Now switch it again. Bring the arms over to the right side. Fold your knees to the left again. And switch this again. Bring the arms over to the left, left elbow down. Knees pressing down to the right. One more round to deepen here. Bring the arms through center over to the right side. The knees go left. Now with your right hand, pull that left arm across, stretch this out, but keep both shoulders down. Squeeze both knees toward the floor on the left side and maybe work to lift that left hip. Just take it to where you can. Hold the tension as you're twisting and keep your shoulders on the floor. And then just switch this out. So bring the arms over to the left side, the knees fold over to the right again. Squeeze your legs down to the floor. Use the left arm to pull the right arm across your body here. And then maybe press down, try to lift that right hip. Just hold as you're twisting. And then go ahead, bring this back into center. And keep the legs in Badakanasana, but release your hands. Now we're going to set this up for a variation of bridge. So still, feet together, knees out wide. Bring the heels in close enough that you can flatten your lower back as much as possible while you're down like this. And then bring the arms down to your sides. Bend the elbows so the forearms are vertical. Make your hands into fists. And then press the elbows down to the floor and keep your fists clenched. Now just keep your gaze up high. We'll take it up and down from here. So with an inhale, press into your feet, lift your hips, bring the weight to your shoulders. With the exhale, roll back down. Inhale, press this up. Keep your fists clenched. Exhale, roll this down again. Inhale, press your hips up high. Exhale, roll down. Inhale, lift your hips up again. And then with the exhale, lower. Now inhale, press this up high. Exhale, roll back down. Inhale, lift your hips one more time. Now hold here. So keep the fists clenched, your elbows pressing the floor, but keep your glutes squeezing. Keep the tension of the lift. But still work to pull the knees apart. Keep breathing here. Take an inhale. With the exhale, roll it all the way back down. Once you come back down, pull your knees into your chest, bring your hands to your knees, just squeeze everything in tight. And you can pull the knees wide, rock a little bit side to side, just breathe for a moment. Now when you're ready here, just keep the knees in close, keep squeezing, but curl up, lift your head, lift your shoulders, bring your nose close to your knees. And then whenever you're ready, go ahead and roll this forward to a seat. Now, once you bring this up, we're going to take this further into the hips right away. So as you're seated, keep the left foot on the floor, but extend your right leg forward and point the big toe. Now, the right hand comes to the side of the mat. Press into your right hand. Bring your left hand to your left knee. And we're going to lift and lower from here. So press into both hands, press into the left foot. Lift the right leg and bring the thighs into line. And then sink this back down. Again, press down, lift that right leg, bring the thighs to parallel. And then sink back down again. One more time, press down, lift that right leg, bring the thighs to parallel, hold. Now with that right leg lifted, bend the knee, touch the left calf, and then stay lifted and extend the right leg forward. Bend the right knee, touch your left calf again, and extend the leg forward, keep the legs in line. One more time, bend the right knee, touch the left calf. Now see about taking this a little bit further. Extend the right leg past the left leg over the left side, maybe sink inside the left leg without setting everything down. And then go ahead, release that. Bend the right knee, extend that right leg forward, and then set this all the way down. You want to take this in the other side. So this time the right foot's on the floor. Left hand comes down to the side of the mat, right hand to the right knee. Now point the toes to the left foot, keep that leg long. And let's take this up and down. So go ahead and press into the floor, lift your left leg, bring your thighs into line, and then sink back down. Press down, lift that left leg up again, and then sink this back down. One more time, press into the floor, lift the left leg, now keep it lifted here. So bend the left knee, just touch the right calf. Stay lifted, extend that left leg forward. Bend the left knee and touch the right calf. Stay lifted, extend that left leg forward. Bend the left knee, touch the right calf, stay here. And see about taking it further. See about extending that left leg off to the right, to the other side of the right leg. Maybe sink down inside the right leg without dropping everything down. And then go ahead and release that. Extend your left leg forward, come to a seat. And then once you're down, just cross the ankles, come forward, your hands find all fours. Now from all fours, take a moment here and move around. Stretch your hands, stretch your fingers, let your shoulders and hips move side to side. Feel things out, loosen up your spine. And just notice where you're loose, where you're tight. Feel things out for a moment here and move however you like. You can just shake out your limbs, maybe move into a twist. And if things are lighting up weird in your hips, go ahead and shake your legs out a little bit as well. And then bring this back into center in all fours. Now, I want you to walk your hands in close. We're going to take this into the wrist. So bring the hands about one hand's length in front of your knees. But then bring your knees out wide, a little wider than your hips. Big toes point toward each other. Now keep your palms facing down. One by one, rotate your hands. Fingertips out to the side. See about pointing the fingertips in toward your feet. Come as far in that rotation as you can. And don't worry about going all the way. But set your hands down flat, spread your fingers wide, grip the floor. Keep your fingertips pressing down. Now just feel this out here for a moment. Keep the tension in your hands. You can keep most of the weight to the legs or lean forward to the hands for more pressure if you like, but keep that grip. And then see about taking this a little bit further. Bend the elbows in toward you. Bring the shoulders forward just a bit. You're still gripping the floor. And then go press back up. And just keep taking this back and forth and feeling this out here. Now let that add some tension to the hands and keep gripping the whole time. Let the stretch move up into the forearms. And then the next time you bend the elbows, just stay forward a little bit. Now maybe just hold the weight on the arms and that's fine all by itself. Keep gripping with your fingers. If you want to move, take this one side to the next, but take it slow. So try to keep your basic shape, but lift the right leg and very slowly set the right foot down outside the right hand. And then just as slow, lift that right foot and bring the knee back down. Move with control. Slowly lift your left foot and set it down outside your left hand. Take it slow. Bring that left knee back to the floor. Again, right foot forward outside the right hand. Move with control here. Keep gripping the floor, but bring that right knee all the way back down. Left foot outside your left hand again. Take it slow. Keep gripping with your hands and bring the left knee back down. We'll give it one more round. Now keep moving my mat. Step the right foot outside your right hand. And then come back into center here with the right knee down. Left foot outside your left hand. Now I'll straighten that out later. And then go ahead and bring your left knee back down. And then come up onto the fingertips. I'm going to fix that there. There we go. And then we'll take one more stretch. Now this time I want you to make your hands into fists. So 4 fingers in your palms, thumbs outside, and the hands about 1 or 2 hands lengths in front of you, so not too far forward. You can always start with the weight on your legs. Now keep the fingers curled in the whole time, so the hands stay as fists. You're not going to open them up yet. And we'll take this side to side. So press down to the floor like you're punching straight down, holding 2 parallel handles maybe. The bend of the right wrist, come to the back of the right hand. You can bend the elbow as much as you need to, but keep the fingers curled. And then bring this back to the knuckles. Come to the back of your left hand. And then bring it back up. And just keep on taking it back and forth like this and feel things out. Now, as you move back and forth, keep the hands tense, keep the fingers curled in. Feel that stretch in the backs of the hands through the wrists and into the forearms. And you can use as much or as little tension as you like. Now, if you want to go light, you can put a deep bend in the elbows. You take it back and forth. And if you want to test it further, you can try to keep the arms straight. And then the next time you come to the back of the right hand, keep that down. Come to the back of the left as well. And then press your hands together like you're punching one to the next. Now, keep the hands like this and straighten your arms as much as possible. They're probably not going to straighten all the way. And that's fine, but we're going to take this from side to side. So the hands stay where they are, but sink down to the right. Bring that right elbow to the floor. And then come back up to center. Bring your left elbow down. And then come back up. Right elbow down again. Bring it back to center. Left elbow down. And come back up. And just keep it taking this side to side. Just a few rounds here. Keep the hands pressed together the whole time. And then after the next time you bring the left elbow down, just come back to center. Try to straighten your arms as much as you can. Take an inhale. And with the exhale, just come up onto the fingertips down to sitting on your heels. And take a moment, shake your hands out, loosen up your fingers and loosen up your wrists. Now, once the hands are ready, come back to all fours. And this is where we'll take it further into the hips and a little bit toward that hurdler's balance. So from all fours, bring the right forearm down. So it's going to be a lopsided shape. Right elbow stays aside, bring that hand to center. And then the left hand slides back. You want to stack the elbow directly over the wrist, keep that elbow pulled in. Now just look down at the floor, keep your chest facing down. Put the weight to the right knee, hover the left knee and keep that left knee bent. Now left leg to the side, high as you can lift. And then fold that leg back in. Left knee to the side, high as you can lift again. Fold the leg in. Left knee to the side, high as you can lift. Fold the leg back in. Left knee to the side as high as you can lift. And then fold the leg in. One more time, left knee to the side, high as you can lift. Now stay here, keep the toes pointed left and just breathe. Keep your chest facing down. Now with an inhale, extend your left leg straight back. Exhale, knee to left shoulder, pull it in close. Inhale the left leg back again. Exhale, knee to left shoulder. Inhale the left leg back. Exhale, knee to left shoulder one more time. Now keep it here and press that leg into your left arm. Now to take it further, look down at the floor, tuck the toes of the right foot. See about lifting your right knee, bring the hips up high. Further still, press the left leg into your left arm, but try to straighten that left leg. And just a little taste of moving toward that hurdler's balance here. And then release it, bring it back down, come into all fours. Hands and knees, move around, take a breath or two. And then we'll take all that to the other side. So when you're ready from here, just come down to the left forearm, but stay in your right hand. Left elbow to the side, left hand moves to center. Slide the right hand back, stack the elbow directly over the wrist, and keep that elbow pulled into your side. Now just look down at the floor, keep your chest facing down. Put the weight to the left knee, hover the right knee stays bent. So right knee to the side, high as you can lift, and then fold the leg back in. Right knee to the side, high as you can lift again. Fold the leg back in. Right knee to the side, high as you can lift. Fold the leg back in. Right knee to the side, high as you can lift again. Fold the leg back in. Now one more time, right knee to the side, high as you can lift. Hold here, keep that right elbow pulled in and keep the toes pointed right. Just breathe. Now with an inhale, extend your right leg straight back. Exhale, knee to right shoulder, high and close. Inhale the right leg back again. Exhale, knee to right shoulder. Inhale the right leg back. Exhale, knee to right shoulder one more time. Now press that right leg into your right arm. And then if you want to take it further, just keep looking down. Tuck the toes, left foot, lift your left knee, bring the hips up high. If you want to take it further, keep pressing that right leg into your right arm, but straighten that leg. And then when you're ready, just release this. Come back down, come back into all fours, hands and knees. And just take a couple breaths here, move around. Now you can just stay here and breathe, take another stretch, whatever you like, but whenever you're ready, tuck your toes, straighten your legs, lift your hips, and find your downward facing dog. Now once you move into position, take a look at how you set this up. Hands about shoulder width distance apart. Now press into your palms, flatten your hands. You want to feel some weight toward your thumbs. And then sink your chest down low. Now even as your chest sinks down, press your hips up as high as you can toward the ceiling. And really reach up through the hips. So let that extension start to lengthen everything out and straighten the upper body. One line from the wrist creases through to the hips. Pulling through your belly, around the lower ribs, keep your hips pressing high. And if you got too much tension behind your legs, let it go. You can always bend your knees. And if you want to stay loose, just pedal this out, move your hips from side to side. Take an inhale here. And then with the exhale, just bend the knees, look forward, step to the front of the mat. Let's take a ragdoll fold. So feet about hips with distance apart, deep bend in the knees. Let your belly touch your thighs, let your head hang, let your spine round. And let everything go long and loose here. Let the muscles in your neck relax. Now you can hang your hands to the floor. You could reach to opposite elbows if you like. Maybe shake this further side to side. And then from wherever you are, just release any grip that you have. Keep the bend in the knees to begin, but then restack your spines to slowly roll this up to standing. Bring your head up last. And just open up your palms at your sides. Now when you're ready here, with an inhale, reach your arms up high. And then with the exhale, just bring your hands down to heart center. Now take a moment here to breathe, set intention. Let your mind clear, find your focus. Take a deep inhale. And now with the exhale, just release your hands. Now with your next inhale, reach your arms up high. And then with the exhale, slowly fold this forward. So hinge at the hips, start with a straight spine, put a little bend in your knees. Keep your core engaged, move smoothly. And then just release this at the bottom. Now with an inhale, lift this up halfway, fingertips to the floor or to the shins, lengthen forward to the crown of your head. And then with the exhale, just bring your hands to the mat and step this back to high plank. Now find your shape here, wristing the shoulders, palms press to the floor, press the floor away from you. Press your spine up toward the ceiling and keep your spine lifted as the highest point with the shoulder blades. Now pull in from your belly, draw in from the ribs, use your core to hold your hips around the shoulders and heels best you can. And then when you're ready, take an inhale. With the exhale, slowly bring your shoulders forward as the elbows bend. Now keep your body in line, elbows pulled into your sides and lower with control all the way down into your belly. Once you're down, flatten the feet up behind you, hands under the shoulders, elbows into your sides. And let's take it up and down through low cobra. So with an inhale, just peel up your head, neck, and chest. Exhale, roll this back down. Inhale, peel this up again. Exhale, roll it down. Inhale, peel up one more time. Now stay lifted here. Keep the lift in your upper body. Press into your feet. Take some or all the weight out of your hands. Elbows at your sides. Pull the shoulders back. Keep your gaze forward. And lift up just a little bit higher. Take an inhale. Exhale, roll it back down. Now hands under the shoulders, elbows into your sides, press a palm to the floor. We'll take it upward facing dog, so with an inhale, straighten your arms. Now pull your chest forward, let your hips hang, stay on the tops of your feet in this position. Keep your legs active, work to lift the knees up from the mat. To take it further, kick your feet down, squeeze your glutes, pull the hips forward to deepen and lengthen the arc all through the front. Now lift with your arms, but then lift with your shoulders as well. Make your neck nice and long, keep your chest pulling forward. And if this is too much, you can always take Cobra from the floor, keep in mind, as you go through your Vinyasas. Take an inhale. With the exhale, pull your belly and bring the hips up high, back to down dog. Now pedal out for a moment here, let your hips move side to side. And then from your downward facing dog, we'll take this to the next sequence. So with the next inhale, raise your right leg high behind you. Exhale, bring it forward, knee to chest, shoulders over wrists. Inhale the right leg up high. Exhale, forward, knee to right elbow. Inhale the right leg high. Exhale, knee to right elbow one more time. Now stay here, stay lifted around your spine. Maybe take it further. If you can, bend the elbows a little bit, bring your shoulders forward to keep that contact. And then press in your hands. Right foot steps back next to the left down dog. Now from your downward facing dog, take an inhale. With the exhale, bend the knees, look forward, step or float. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold down. Inhale to standing, arms reach up high. Exhale, sink into chair. Put the weight to heels, bend your knees, and bring your hips down low. Now as you settle in, just keep your gaze forward, keep breathing here. And then we'll work this into some balancing. Now I want you to reach your arms straight forward, just parallel to the floor. Draw your shoulders back, keep your chest open, stay upright. More or less to the upper body, just from the shoulders and your gaze. Now lift your toes up off the floor, and we're going to work this into balancing. So bring your weight forward, lift your heels, legs squeeze toward each other. Now sink down low, keep yourself upright. Now take yourself as low as you can, at least thighs toward parallel to the floor. Maybe you come down to touch your heels. And then just as slowly, bring yourself back up. Set the heels down your back in chair where you started. Now you can keep your hands forward or hands behind your head if you want to take this further. Fingers interlaced, palms open, elbows wide, shoulders back, chest stays open. And then again, wherever your arms are, come up onto your toes, lift your heels. Legs squeeze together, sink down low. And bring this down with control. Keep yourself upright, keep looking forward. Bring it back up, take it slow, and then set your heels down. One more time, either arm position, come up onto the toes, lift your heels. Take it slow, hinge from the knees. Bring yourself down low, keep your chest open, keep your gaze forward. And then come back up, back to chair, set your heels down. Hands to your hips. The weight's on the right foot. Lift your left heel. Slowly come to standing with your left knee high. Take a moment here to breathe. Be sure you're stable, press into that right big toe. Now just keep your right hand on your hip when you're ready. Left arm inside your left leg. Now just use tension here. The arm and the leg press into each other. Point the toes, left foot to the floor. Try to keep that knee high. Now use that left arm to press the left knee out to the side as far as you can. Use the leg to press the arm back into center. Again, use the arm, press the knee out to the side, open your hip. Use the leg and press your arm back into center. One more time, use the arm, press that leg out to the side. Now keep it here. And as you hold that tension, try to lift the left knee a little bit higher. Now this is good enough. You can stay with this. If you want to take it further, go ahead and take hold of the big toe. Maybe pull the knee higher, still stay upright. Maybe extend that leg to the side, but stay balanced. Now from wherever you are, take an inhale. With the exhale, that left knee still lifted, still to the side, both hands to your hips. Slowly, just step that left foot backward and take us to a warrior one stance. So it's a wide stance, but still with the hips squared forward. Deep bend of the right knee, straight left leg, both feet are flat. Left foot to the side about 45 degrees or so. Pull the right hip back, the left hip forward. Be sure you can square to the front. You can always take a shorter or wider stance. When you're ready, reach the arms up high, sink the hips down low. Now take an inhale. With the exhale, vertical twist. Right arm back, left arm forward. Open your chest to the right. Inhale back to center. Reach us up high. Exhale, twist again. Right arm back, left arm forward. Open up. Inhale to center. Reach up high. Exhale one more time. Right arm back, left arm forward. Now stay here. Stay tall through your spine. Try to keep the arms in line. Look back toward the right hand. Now pull the left hip forward and the right hip back. Keep breathing. Keep the hips squared. We're going to take this to Exalted Warrior. So with the right hand, reach to the back of the left thigh. Reach your left arm high. Let your chest square forward, but bring your gaze toward the ceiling. And keep the depth of your stance. So bend into that right knee. Keep the left hip pulling forward and keep breathing. Now with your next inhale, come back to center. Reach the arms up high, look forward. And then bring your hands down to your hips. Now we're going to take it from here to half moon. We're going to take this in stages. Take it nice and slow. So reach your right hand forward, down and past the right knee. And then lift your left heel. Now turn the left heel, set you open to the side. Left shoulder stays back. Look down the length of your right arm. Now when you're ready, put the weight to the right foot. Drag the left big toe forward till you can lift that left foot up off the floor. And then hinge from the hip. And bring that right hand all the way down. Now once your hand's down, keep that left leg extended straight back. Left shoulder and left hip stay high. Maybe reach the left arm high. Maybe straighten the right leg. If you want to bind it, you can bend the left knee, reach back with that left hand. If you find a foot or ankle, go ahead, kick into the hand. Let this pull your shoulder back and keep you open to the side. Everybody here, take an inhale. Now with the exhale, just slowly release this. Step your left foot down. Turn to your left side and come into a horse stance here. I'm trying to figure out the wording. There we are. Heels in, toes out. Bring your hips down low, thighs toward parallel with the floor. And just move around for a moment to settle in. You're trying to get your hips to the level of the knees or close as you're going to get. Now once you're ready from here, just sink down low. Reach the arms out wide. Keep the same stance. We're going to twist this back and forth. So take an inhale. And with the exhale, right hand down inside the right leg, left arm high. Inhale up to center, reach wide. Exhale, left hand down and right arm reaches up. Inhale back to center, arms wide. Exhale, right hand down, left arm high. Inhale to center, arms wide. Exhale, left hand down, right arm high. Now inhale up to center. Exhale one more time, right hand down, left arm high, hold here. Now go ahead, bring that left hand to your left knee. And you can move the hips up and down, take some of the burn out of your legs, but I want you to settle in horse and keep your knees wide like this. Left shoulder high, look up toward the ceiling. This is plenty. Now, if you want to take a bind here, you can reach that left arm behind your back, half bind to keep the left shoulder high. You can take a full bind, reaching that right arm underneath and hooking and basically holding on that leg with both arms. Now, if you want to take this even further, you can start to lift this. So the right arm comes underneath the right thigh, set that hand on the floor, and lean into the right leg. The left knee stays out wide and the hips stay low. Now, start to lift the right heel, and then maybe with your left hand, take hold of the outside edge of the right foot. Now you're still basically in horse, with hips at the same level. If you can go further, start to extend the right leg, maybe just a little bit. And if you can move towards straight, your head's going to come between the arm and the leg. Gaze up toward the ceiling. Just take this to where you can. This isn't going to be for everybody, keep in mind. Just take it to where you can right now. And then from wherever you are, take an inhale. And then with the exhale, both feet down, both hands to the floor between your legs. Lift your hips and just shake everything out for a moment. And then when you return to the right side, bring both hands down. Right foot sets behind the right wrist. Bring your left knee to the floor. We're back to that almost all fours position. Now go ahead and lift your right heel. Right knee high outside the arm. Look forward, shoulders forward, elbows bending toward you. Lean away from the right leg, ribs in the left arm. Right leg goes in the right arm, lift the foot. Keep looking forward, leaning forward to lift your left leg. And maybe extend that right leg to the side. When you're ready, go ahead and take it through another vinyasa. Once you find your down dog here, take a moment, paddle things out. Now we'll take all that to the other side. So with your next inhale, raise your left leg high. Exhale, bring it forward, knee to chest, shoulders over wrists. Inhale your left leg high. Exhale forward, knee to left elbow. Inhale your left leg high. Exhale, knee to left elbow one more time. Stay here and stay lifted. If you want to go further, bring the shoulders forward, bend the elbows just a little bit. And then pressing your hands, step the left foot back next to the right, down dog. Now from your down dog, take an inhale. With the exhale, bend the knees, look forward, step or float. Inhale, lift halfway up. Exhale, fold back down. Inhale to standing, arms reach up high. Exhale, sink in the chair again. Put the weight to your heels, bend your knees, and bring your hips down low. Just settle in for a moment here. Now once you got your position, reach the arms straight forward, keep them parallel to the floor. Draw the shoulders back, keep your chest open. And then bring the weight to your toes and bring your heels up high. Now keep your gaze forward the whole time. And very slowly hinge from the knees. Maybe come down a little bit, maybe come all the way down to the heels, but move with control. And then bring yourself back up, the knees stay bent. You're going to set the heels down back in chair. Now you can keep the arms like this or bring your hands behind your head, but keep your chest open either way. So again, onto the toes, heels up high. Sink this down, move with control here. Just take this as low as you're able. And then bring it back up and set your heels down. One more time like that, either position with the arms. Lift your heels, keep the legs squeezing toward each other, sink down low, keep your gaze forward. And then with control, make it smooth, come back up, set your heels down, you're still in chair. Now when you're ready, hands to your hips, focus the weight on your left foot, lift your right heel. Bring it up to standing with the right knee high. Now take a moment here to breathe, press into that left big toe, just keep looking forward. And then when you're ready, bring that right arm inside the right leg and point the toes of the right foot down. Try to lift that knee up high. Now just keep the arm and leg pressing into each other, stand tall. With your right arm, press that right knee out to the side as far as you can. And then use the leg and press the arm back into center. Use the arm, press the knee back out to the side. Use the leg and press the arm back into center again. One more time, with your right arm, press that right knee out to the side as far as you can. Keep that tension, maybe lift the knee up even higher. And if you want to go further, take hold of the right big toe, maybe pull the knee higher, still stay tall. Maybe extend the right leg out to the side. Just take it the way you can here. Now still balancing, take an inhale. And with the exhale, hands to your hips, that right knee still out to the side. Very slowly, just step that right foot back and take this into your warrior one. So deep bend the left knee, right leg straight, both feet are flat. Right foot to the side about 45 degrees or so. Now you need to square the hips so the right hip comes forward, the left hip comes back. And again, you can always shorten or widen the stance, but keep your hips low like this and keep your spine upright. When you're ready, with an inhale, reach the arms up high. Exhale, vertical twist, left arm back, right arm forward, open your left side. Inhale to center, arms reach high. Exhale, twist again, left arm back, right arm forward. Inhale to center, reach up high. Exhale one more time, left arm back, right arm forward. Hold here, stay tall. Reach the arms in line, look back toward your left hand. And then Exalted Warrior from here. Left hand comes to the back of the right thigh. Reach the right arm up. Now as your chest squares forward, bring your gaze toward the ceiling. Keep your hips low and keep breathing here. Now with your next inhale, slowly just come upright, hands to your hips. And we'll take it from here to that half moon. So just take this in stages. So reach your left arm forward, past your left knee, and then down toward the floor. Look down the length of your left arm. And then lift the right heel, lift the right hip and the right shoulder above the left. You're opening toward the right side. Now as you're ready, drag that right big toe forward. All the way goes to the left leg, and that left hand comes all the way down. Now keep the right shoulder and right hip high. Go ahead, look to the right. You can keep the left knee bent, keep the right leg extending back. Maybe reach the right arm high, maybe straighten your left leg. If you want to bind it, you can bend the right knee, reach back with your right hand. If you find that foot, Then go ahead and kick into your hand. And let this draw your shoulder further back. Stay open to the side here. Keep breathing. When you're ready, take an inhale. Now with the exhale, release. Just step the right foot down, open to the right side. And we're taking that horse stance again. Heels in, toes out. Bring your hips down low, thighs toward parallel with the floor. Just move around for a moment. And then settle in its center toward upright with the arms reaching wide. We'll go back and forth to that twist. So take an inhale here. Now with the exhale, left hand down inside the left leg, right arm reaches high. Inhale back to center, arms wide. Exhale, right hand down inside the right leg, left arm up high. Inhale back to center, back to horse. Exhale, left hand down, right arm high. Inhale, bring it to center. Exhale, right hand down, left arm high. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, left hand down, right arm high, hold here. Now go ahead, bring that right hand to the right knee and just stay twisted to the right. Now you can keep your hips low, you can shake your legs out a little bit, but I want you to try to settle in horse as best you can. And there's other ways to bind this. Now you can bring the right arm behind your back for a half bind, just pull the shoulder back. If you want to wrap around that left leg, reach that left arm underneath and find that grip behind you. Now if you want to take it further with that left leg extended, press the left arm underneath the left thigh and bring that left hand to the floor. And then lean to the left as that left leg is hooked. Now the right hand reaches to the outside edge of the left foot. Hook the left leg around the left arm and then start to extend the leg. Now maybe you just go a little bit and that's fine. You're still basically in horse. And the more you extend that left leg, the more you bring your gaze up toward the ceiling in between the arm and leg. And just take this to where you can. Now from wherever you are, take an inhale. And then with the exhale, just release. Bring both hands down to the floor. Turn to your left side, both hands down. Left foot behind your left wrist. Right knee comes down to the mat. And we're back in that almost all fours position for hurdlers. So pressing your palms, lift your left heel. Left knee high outside the arm. Look forward. Now bring your shoulders forward. Bend the elbows in toward you. And then lean away from the left leg. Ribs go to the right arm. Left leg onto the left arm. Lift the left foot. Keep looking forward. Pull your chest forward to lift the right leg. Maybe extend that left leg out to the side. And again, take it to where you can. When you're ready, step it back, fly it back, take one more vinyasa. Once you find your down dog, take a moment here, paddle things out. And then take a deep inhale. And with the exhale, just bend the knees, bring them down to the floor, come into all fours. And we're going to take this into the upper back before we do anything else. So this is going to be an active version of puppy dog here to start. So just keep your hips stacked over your knees to begin, but come up onto your fingertips. Now stay off your palms to start and just keep the arms parallel to each other. Walk your hands straight forward and lengthen this out. Now I want you to stretch this out long from the beginning. Fingertips to the floor, the hips stay back. And then press your fingertips down, try to pull yourself forward, but still pull the hips back to start to traction out the upper body. Now as you hold on to this, just take this back and forth. Sink your chest down as low as you can toward the floor, find that arch in your spine. And then pull your belly in and just start to round the whole length, and you're only moving up a little bit. And just start to sink this down low and come back up. And this is a very elongated version of cow and cat breathing here. You're just trying to move to the length of your spine and work this in toward the upper back and between the shoulder blades here as much as you can. Now, when you're ready, the next time you sink down, just bring your chest down as low as you can, and then go ahead and set your palms down on the floor. Now, once your hands are grounded like that, still grip the floor with your fingertips. Try to pull yourself forward. And if you want to rest, you can bring your forehead down, maybe your chin, maybe even your chest. But come as deep into that arch as you can and try to deepen it from the upper back rather than from your low back. Now, as you pull with your hands, start to pull the hips back as well. And let your chest open to the floor as much as possible. Just breathe into this. And then very slowly, just let go of the tension. Walk your hands back in, just come into all fours. And once you bring your hands in the center, I want to take this back into a half split. So step the right foot between your hands and stand your left knee. Now keep your belly touching your right thigh and keep that engagement here. So you engage the core to keep the fold. I want you to walk the right foot forward, press into the heel. Whenever you're ready, keep the heel down, but point the toes up toward the ceiling. Pull the right hip back, the left hip forward. Keep some part of your belly touching the right thigh. And if you want to press that heel forward and straighten the leg, you can take it there. Now, if you got a straight leg and you want to take it deeper, go ahead, tuck the toes, your left foot. You can slide that foot back, let your hips sink down, but keep this as a squared split. So pull the right hip back and the left hip forward. Be deliberate with what you're doing. And that's more than just depth for the sake of depth. I know it's easy if you turn toward your left side, but try to find that stretch on the back of the right leg and the front of the left, going to the left hip flexor and the right hamstring. And just work this as best you can. There's nothing wrong with the half split, keep in mind. Nothing magic about the full split. All right, if you took it toward the full split, come back to that half split with the left knee under your hips. And then from the half split, bring that right knee down. Let's take it to the other side. So from all fours, step your left foot forward between your hands. Belly stays touching your left thigh to begin. And then walk that left foot forward. Now, at some point here, just press that left heel to the floor, point the toes up toward the ceiling, pull the left hip back, right hip forward, keep your belly touching your thigh. If this is enough of a stretch in the back of the left leg, just stay with it. That's good enough. Now, if you can take it further, you can slide that heel further forward, keep your belly touching your thigh, feel that stretch in the back of the left leg. If you're able to do it with a straight leg, maybe tuck the toes of the right foot. You can come down toward that full split if you like. Left hip still pulling back, right hip still pulling forward. And again, try to keep this squared. Be deliberate with what you're doing rather than just going for depth for its own sake. Now again, if you took the full split, come back to the half split, right knee underneath your hips. And then from the half split, bring it down to all fours, both knees to the mat. Go ahead, bring your legs out from underneath you and come all the way down onto your back. Now once you're down, draw your knees into your chest, squeeze everything in. And we're going to take Supta Gomukhasana. So just release the left leg, bring the left foot to the floor. Right knee to the center of your chest, open your right leg to 90 degrees. Now cross the legs here, bring that left knee in directly behind the right, squeeze the legs together tight, and pull down. Now it's opposite hand to opposite leg. You just hold by the knees, this is enough. Keep flattening your spine and keep the knees close. If you want to go further, work the hands toward your feet. And if you want to take it deep, curl your toes toward your hands, pull your feet toward the floor, and then up toward your shoulders at the same time, and just breathe here. Still with your spine flattening out, still with the knees close, and still pressing back into your hands as your hands are pulling down. Take a deep inhale here. And then with the exhale, just release the grip. Untangle your legs, draw your knees into your chest side by side. And then let's switch this out. Bring the right foot down to the floor, pull the left knee into your chest, open your left leg to 90 degrees. And let's cross the legs here. Bring the right knee in directly behind the left. Cross your legs together tight. Now pull down. And again, you can just hold by the knees. This is enough. Keep your spine flattening out. Maybe work the hands toward your feet. And if you want to take it deep, curl your toes toward your hands, pull your feet toward the floor and up toward the shoulders at the same time. Still with the knees closed, still flattening your spine, and still pressing up into your hands as your hands pull down. Just breathe here. Take an inhale. Now with the exhale, just release your grip, untangle the legs. Bring your knees into your chest side by side. And then reach between the knees. Take hold of the outside edges of your feet. Stack your ankles above your knees. And then pull down on both sides. So draw the knees down toward the floor outside your ribs. Press your feet back up into your hands at the same time and keep the tension working both up and down. Now try to flatten your spine toward the floor as much as you can. And if you want to take it further, you can rock a little bit side to side. Maybe take it further still. You can extend your legs out against your grip. And then finally, from wherever you are, take a deep inhale here, draw it down as much as you can. And with the exhale, just release. Extend your legs out fully. Lay your arms at your sides. Open up your palms toward the ceiling. And just let your eyes close here and let your body settle down into the mat. And then when you're ready, just start to move again bit by bit, fingers and toes, arms and legs. Extend this out long. Take an inhale, reach your arms out past your head. Let your body just stretch for a breath or so. And then draw things back in. Bring the elbows toward your chest. Draw your knees up as well. And just take your time here. Find your way up to a comfortable seat. And then just ground yourself into the mat, stack your spine. Bring your hands up to heart center. Take a deep inhale here, hold on to at the top. And then just let everything go. And thank you for joining me for class. Namaste.